In Samsun, a seagull got caught on a fishing hook attached to the electric cables. Within 7 hours, the bird was rescued. But even after its liberation, it kept going back, pecking its saviors. This guy saved a drowning sparrow, but he didn't expect the bird to get so attached to its savior that it would sit on his head.
See you later, buddy.
A moose got stuck on a railway and people organized an entire rescue mission. In the end, the animal was saved and delivered back to the woods. But it doesn't look like it's in a rush, almost like it's trying to say thank you. And here's what a removal of the rhinoceros horn looks like to deter poachers who kill these animals for their horns. They are made of keratin, just like human nails, which means they keep growing back. As for the noise, the animal is wearing headphones, so it's not too scared. Can someone explain to me how this cow's head got stuck in the tree? It was definitely very lucky that there was a person nearby. A bear got stuck on a power pole and survived by some miracle, thanks to the fact the help arrived just in time.
All right, little bear, time to get off this pole.
And this elk came to people with the head of its opponent stuck to its antlers. Unfortunately, the operator was powerless.
If the bucket had filled with water.
And this fearless man jumped into the icy waters to rescue a deer with a bucket on its head. A little while later, his friend came with a boat and they started to act. And finally...
Now you can see.
It was great seeing her run off.
In India, a donkey fell into a septic tank at a construction site. After being stuck in the sewage for 24 hours, the animal was very grateful to be rescued. To save this German Shepherd from the river, several men, including people from a rescue squad, tried to get it out. After many failed attempts, the dog was finally saved and returned to its owner. This dog fell under the ice and had no way to save itself. Thankfully, the rescue team got there in time, pulling the dog out of the water. Now, all it has to do is dry off and warm up. Sometimes the tide throws sea turtles onto dry land, and if they are upside down, they cannot flip over and get back into the water. This guy found a giant turtle on the shore and saved it by turning it the right way up. This German Shepherd was standing on the fence, tangled in barbed wire and practically begging for help. Many people just drove past it, but thankfully there were caring and compassionate people who stopped to help the dog. This fox couldn't get out of the hole, and thankfully, a man lowered a rope down to help the animal. It's a good thing that this fox was savvy enough to quickly realize how to get out. This story deserves its own animated film about Bambi's adventures. This baby deer was rescued from a fast-flowing river by several people who risked their own life to save the animal. Did you know how much a regular elastic band can damage a shell? Thank goodness this turtle was freed, and hopefully it will have an easier life going forward. This sloth must have confused some cables for tree branches and was in real danger as a result. Risking his own life, this man tried to help the sloth, and it's obediently doing everything required. And this fox cub was loudly crying after getting stuck in some netting. At first, it was very frightened, but then realized that people were there to rescue it. Just take a look at such trust between an animal and a human. Do you think this guy is in search of crude oil? Nope, just rescuing a goat. And here's an incredible rescue of a deer that walked onto the ice and had frostbite on its feet, preventing the animal from getting back to safety. Finally, the saviors managed to free the deer, now faced with the difficult task of warming the animal back up. But the most incredible thing about it is how the deer is not at all afraid of the human. Instead, it is grateful.
Вот он. Вот, тогда завтра пойдем к доктору, ветеринару, укольчики ставить, да?
To pull a cow out of a well, people had to use a huge tractor. And they succeeded too. How could they not? When a dog fell under the ice, it was a matter of minutes before the animal couldn't be rescued due to cold water. With great difficulty, the men managed to get the dog, and it quickly understood what to do. People noticed a deer standing on the side of the road begging for help. Its face was crushed with ice to the point the animal couldn't even open its eyes. When people approached the deer, it didn't even try to run. And that was a good call. Now the deer is safe and sound.